is the story of my tooth. Wait a minute. Yes, you heard that right. My tooth. It's a long story, but I think it's a story worth telling. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is where the story begins, in the office of my prosthodontist. I had been having a lot of pain in my tooth over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, and I would like to think that I have a pretty high threshold for pain.
I think tags in men.
But at this point, the pain was just unbearable, and I knew that something was wrong, and I had to get it checked out. So I spent the night of November 10th finding out that I cracked my baby tooth, and it needed to come out. Pulling out that sucker should be an easy thing to do, right? You know, you would think, but unfortunately, nothing is ever really easy, and I'll tell you why. Before we get into that, I'm sure you're asking yourself, Colin, you're 24 years old, why do you still have a baby tooth? I will answer both of those questions, the ones that I just sort of asked the camera. I'll answer both of those questions right now. First of all, I still have a few of my baby teeth left because when I was 18 months old, I had leukemia. I had chemotherapy. Quick little correction as I'm watching this back. I don't know why I said 18 months. I had relapsed and had a transplant at 18 months old, so maybe that's where I got it from. I was diagnosed at 7.5 months. So at 7.5 months, I was diagnosed with AML, Acute Myeloid Leukemia. Alright, back to the video. I had chemotherapy and radiation done to my entire body, and the chemotherapy and radiation was so strong that it actually made some of my teeth rot and fall out. It killed off any permanent teeth that I had, and it left me with only baby teeth. I had a few baby teeth left, and the doctors thought that it would just be easier to leave them alone and let them fall out naturally, because as you can imagine, I was going through enough at the time, and they just really wanted to just leave them alone at that point. The plan was to eventually put crowns on my baby teeth when I was old enough to get the procedure done. And that leads me to answer the second question, which is, why can't they just pull the baby tooth out? The answer to that question is that I had crowns put on the remaining teeth, making it impossible for a doctor to access the baby tooth without pulling out the crown first. Did that make sense? I think it made sense. Just a little side note here. This is me at 17 after I got the crowns put on. I was so happy. Look at that smiling face. Anyway, you get the point. So my doctors got to work. My doctor pulled out the crown, pulled out the baby tooth, put in an implant, made me a fake tooth to use until my gum heals and can ultimately put a real tooth back in. And here I am. After I got the procedure done, I just kind of slept all day because I couldn't really do much. My mouth was really sore and I couldn't even talk. Imagine that. Me. Not being able to talk. Wild, right? The only thing that I could really do was eat ice cream. By day 2, I was still pretty down in the dumps, but hey, at least I could talk.
I'm not feeling a little better than yesterday.
And then by day 3, I was still in pain, but I decided to make this video because I wanted to share with you that it's okay to feel down when something bad happens to you. But the important thing is that you don't stay down. You pick yourself up and you keep moving forward. Yes, I was in pain. Yes, it was uncomfortable and I was feeling sorry for myself. But at the end of the day, I always remember that somebody has it worse than me. I've gotten to the point in my life where I don't worry about things that I can't control. This was not a big deal. This was a little deal. To me, when it first happened, it might have been a big deal. I might have been annoyed. I might have been like, oh my god, this is so inconvenient. Whatever. Big deal, little deal. This was a little deal. And honestly, it was something that I can't control. So I can't get upset about it. I woke up today, and I don't have cancer. I don't have to go get chemotherapy. I don't have to get radiation. I have my health. And that is something that I will never take for granted. Ever. I just wanted to thank you guys for watching really quick, and I hope that you took something out of this. Now here's a funny clip of when I first got home from the procedure. Hope it makes you laugh.